I'm Alex Cohn with Creation TV. I'm here at the 2014 Las Vegas Supernatural Convention. I'm sitting with Misha Collins, a.k.a. Castiel. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Great, great. So what's it like to be an angel?
It's great. There's a lot of advantages: teleporting, time traveling, magically darning my own clothing. These are all tricks that I have in my bag of tricks, and
makes life easier.
It does. It simplifies things. I am not, in fact, an angel in real life. That's just the character that I play. In real life, I am an ordinary person who just was on stage and got attacked by somebody covered in blue and green paint.
Oh, so no.
I look something like a Smurf. If I were Castiel, I would be able to get this off magically. But I can't. I'm going to have to get one of those little sticks. What is that stick called?
Tide
stick. Yeah. That's our promotional opportunity.
Fiasco. How's the convention been so far?
It's been great. It seems like a really lively, excited group. And this is Vegas, and Vegas is the biggest event that Creation does. Actually, I think it's the biggest supernatural event in the world. And it seems like people are, really taking it seriously this year.
Yeah, it's incredible. I've seen some great costumes, and there was a Castiel costume contest before. You judged that, didn't you?
I did. I judged the Castiel costume contest, which I think that I'm uniquely qualified to do.
Did anyone have any crazy angel wings?
There were crazy angel wings. There was actually an unusually large ratio of cleavage, I would say, in this particular batch of Castiel lookalikes. There were a lot of them. I think there were like 30 or 40 people just now.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot. Where did you find it in yourself that you wanted to become an actor, and what kind of acting do you appreciate the most?
Well, I actually didn't want to be an actor when I grew up. I actually wanted to go into politics. That was my plan for myself, but that is not happening at the moment. I'm working on network television instead, which is essentially politics.
Yes,
let's face it.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah. Like it, now I'm interviewing you. Yeah. So it's kind of a bizarre and amazing phenomenon. Like, it definitely seems like it's gaining momentum, and there's obviously more and more people and more events, and not only are there more people, but their enthusiasm for it seems to be deepening every time I come to one. It is truly a sensation.
Let me ask you another question. Do you think that there would ever be any possibility of a supernatural film or movie?
I do think that there would be a possibility of a supernatural film or movie. It's funny because people on the show were talking like, yeah, who knows, one day we'll do, maybe there'll be a supernatural movie 5 years ago, and at the time. But now I feel like, yeah, we're going into season 10, and we're going to have a season 11. It's entirely possible that there could be a decade of television. We were looking into this the other day, and there are only like 50 shows ever to have run that long, and they include, that 50 includes things like 60 Minutes and WWF SmackDown, and so but as far as scripted shows are concerned, no, it's okay. Sound like is the place burning down? Anyway, as far as scripted TV goes, there are not many that in the history of television that have made it this long. And if Supernatural goes for season 11 or season 12, it will be like in the top dozen.
I'm sure the network would definitely consider that. Would you? Would you consider doing
a movie? Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, I think it'd be fun. As long as there was a lot of nudity, I'd be interested. Yeah.
You want to be naked on camera then?
Yeah. I keep on trying to push that for the CW, but they, I have all these qualms with it because we're, children watching, stuff like that. It seems like the phenomenon of fan conventions is actually growing as a thing. Do you think that's true? Do you guys think that's true?
I don't know.
Yeah. You definitely see a changing demographics in the people that are attending. I also think that the internet has a lot to do with why this is a burgeoning field, because there are people are forming online communities, getting to know one another, becoming friends online, and then they come to these events, and it's it's a forum for them to be able to actually, in the flesh, meet their online friends and hang out, and then get to meet the actors that brought them together in the first place. So the internet is probably a big part of why this is growing so much at the moment.
It's crazy because most of us would never pick up a hitchhiker, but I've met groups of people, girls especially here, that are staying in rooms together and they've never met each other.
Right.
So that just tells you how dedicated they are to your show, the whole sci-fi realm. It's quite interesting.
Yeah, it is. I've done a lot of hitchhiking, and I was picked up by some really creepy people. So the people who do pick up hitchhikers, I think, are a little bit off sometimes. I pick up hitchhikers.
Okay.
Because I did so much hitchhiking, I feel like I have to.
The obligation.
But every once in a while, it's pretty scary.
Is it?
And you always wonder, what the hell is in that backpack?
This is in Canada. So I've never been to Canada. I'm sure it's a little different than the U.S. I feel like in the U.S. people are like, no.
Yeah, hitchhiking has gotten very difficult in the States. People do not pick you up. In Canada, they do it a little bit more. I think it's everybody's so nice. Probably everyone thinks if they see somebody hitchhiking in Canada, they're like, "Oh, he's Canadian. He'd never do it." Right. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for your time. This has been a really lovely interview. I really appreciate you taking the time, and I look forward to seeing your stuff on the Creation YouTube channel.
Yes, thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.